Who y'all? I don't know what the heck is going on over there down to Nickelodeon and Disney, y'all. But it's something to be said when the young people who start their career out under these umbrellas graduate from them and then they go off into adult life and life hits them real hard. Before I go any further, Grand Rising, good afternoon and good evening. Whatever time you click on this video is the right time for you. And I thank you in advance for your viewership and support. Now, this one may take you by surprise because I guarantee you it definitely got me, honey. Today's reading is on Skai Jackson. Now, some of you may be familiar with that name because she dated Solange's son, and there was a whole debacle with some adult themed video, okay, between some folks that are too young to make those types of decisions to make that kind of video. So here we are, fast forward, and Skai has run into some very, very serious legal trouble. According to the Associated Press, she has been charged with trafficking of illegal substances and money laundering, along with her new boyfriend. Now, I believe Skai is around 22, so if she is convicted of either one of these, this is her whole young adult life up in smoke. Even with her being, someone who's never actually been in trouble. These are not the type of charges you want. This isn't a slap on the wrist and a weekend in jail. We're talking about hard time if she's convicted. So without any further ado, can someone please be kind enough to timestamp this for 2 minutes and 40 seconds? And I will pin it in the comments, and I greatly appreciate you in advance. I've already said my prayers off camera. So let's get into some things. Angel, spirit guides, and ancestors, show me the energy around Skai Jackson. What's to be expected with her and these charges? Okay, so the Chariot means that, things will move forward as far as this case. Also, the Chariot represents Cancer season, so possibly in June, there can be some movement with this case. Wow. I'm hearing get your affairs in order. So Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords is a messenger. This is a young person. Princess of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is showing me that, 22 years old. She's relatively young. And when you get the Princess of Swords, just the princesses, period. Princesses and knights are people who are still in a high school type mindset. So, her being young and impetuous, she had no idea what she was getting into. I mean, don't get me wrong, she wasn't oblivious to what she was doing. She was just not well versed in how to do what she was doing, if that makes sense. Oh man. So we got the Wheel of Fortune here, and it's falling in the upright. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords, which means that this is going to be a blow not just to her career, but to her financial success, or maybe finances that she's already amassed. Yeah, the Fool. Okay, so she took a leap of faith, but see, the fool looks before they leap. Okay, so this is someone who jumps clean off the cliff without a parachute. And when you got the Queen of Swords here, um, this means two things for me. This was someone who is in her life who's older, who tried to tell her the truth about, the person she was dealing with, the possible direction she was going in. And this also represents somebody that you can't tell nothing. So I don't know her birth chart, so I don't know what her sun placement is in, but just wow, because you've got Princess of Swords here to Queen of Swords. That's like mother to daughter. So her mother may have tried to talk to her, talk some sense into her. And sometimes, listen, when they get that good juke, you can't tell them nothing. First real taste, it drive them crazy. Yeah, so Nine of Wands, this is the wounded warrior. So, wow. The Sun. So, what it's looking like to me is that now it's coming out, how tumultuous the situation that she was in could have possibly been. She went in naive, starry-eyed, and bushy-tailed, excited by the whole bad boy vibe, but not really understanding what comes with that. So you got the Knight of Cups, you got the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups. Excuse me, King of Cups. Correction. You got the King of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups. If there's ever a situation where somebody can say they were honestly, dangerously in love, this is it. So, here it is. King of Cups is elusive with their feelings, okay? This is someone who feels deeply but does not, show you how they feel. The High Priestess, there's a lot of secrets attached to this relationship, because they have the High Priestess on top of the Ace of Cups. It's like what's coming out now legally is just the tip of the iceberg. And once again, here's that Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Just, it's interesting. I'm getting the Beyonce reference. This, it really is like dangerously in love being played out. The whole Bonnie and Clyde thing. But see, she had no real reference to when you get to the end of the rope, when you get to the end of the line, what happens when you have the consequences catch up for you dealing with certain energies or involving yourself with certain energies. Heartbreak, King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Whew, Lord. So this is beyond just, breaking your father's heart. This is the person who you thought was financially, astute. This person who's going to take care of you ends up causing you heartbreak because there's a betrayal here, Ten of Swords. And this is a big betrayal. So what that feels like to me is she may be very disappointed when all is said and done if dude decides to switch up on her to save himself. Oh, that would be terrible. Pardon me, everybody. Making sure I got enough room on the table. Oh. So you got the Four of Wands here, which is a card of engagement. It also speaks about things that you were engaging in, going into a contract in agreement over. And this falls under the Chariot. So she may have even had the idea that they could run off and get married. Six of Cups, reminiscent on things from the past. So she probably really expected that this was going to be, you know, her forever love. Sometimes, you know, the first person you fall for, you fall the hardest. And when you fall, you literally fall flat on your face because you don't really have, you know, I want to say like a internal reference or an index when it comes to experience. So you go on this trip with this person to spend forever with them, but you don't take, you know, your common sense with you. This is literally using your emotions, but not using your brain. And now she's realizing that she didn't really think things all the way through. She was on autopilot. She was, you know, on top of the world. It's like, this is the love of my life. I'm going to be with him. We're going to be together forever. You know, like I said, first real piece of meat. Okay, wink, wink. And it just, it's like everything moves so fast. One day everything was perfect. The next day we got caught up. Yeah, the Devil falling under the Princess of Swords. So in this deck, when I get this card, this is not just a card of being obsessed or being in toxic energy. This is that tell them what they want to hear card. Now you see this pathway into the head, and you got these steps that go all the way up in the head. And on top of her head, you have, you know, this horn that is developing. You don't even see the other horn, but you see this horn developing. So, you know, he literally could have told her that it was raining lemonade, and she would not have known or cared if it was somebody, you know, pissing on her head. This is my, you know, pimps up, hoes down card, okay? So when you put that under this Princess of Swords, like I said, she doesn't really have a real reference for love and relationship. She's still very, you know, sheltered, so to speak. Not just immature, but it's like, you know, she grew up in a bubble. And when you grow up in that bubble, you have very limited experience with everyday people, real everyday people. So, you know, she may know the ins and outs of, you know, some of the toxic things in the industry due to the fact that that's where she worked, but she's never dealt with somebody who was really on the block. So it's the epitome of having somebody who grew up in a very, very strict religious household, like you know, Kojic or Pentecostal, and they weren't able to go out and play with the worldly children, okay? And that first time they get out, and the first time they get to hang out with regular children, they get in more trouble than anybody else because they don't know any better and they want to just show and prove that they can be down. You know, this is that type of energy. So tap me into this Wheel of Fortune. How did this go wrong? Okay, so you got the Wheel of Fortune, and right up under it is the star. Star represents hope. Also, she would be the star in this equation. So what she didn't realize is dude hit a lick by even getting her in the first place. So whether she participated in whatever he had going on or not, he had already hit a lick by pulling her. Empress at the bottom of the deck. I hope she's not pregnant. But I really feel like, you know, with this Four of Wands here and this Chariot, everything was moving so fast. She wanted to, you know, run off and get married. This was going to be her forever man. You know, they were going to have babies, you know, and she was willing to throw herself head first into this, not realizing that it was only real in that respect for one of them. And it's not that he didn't care about her, but dude is grimy. Either way it goes, it was a lick. She just happened to be a sweet girl, which made it easier for him to deal with her. So both of them actors, just from two different, you know, spectrums. She knows how to read and memorize a script. He knows how to flip a script. You got the Magician here falling in the upright under the Fool. So here it is, Miss Mama's, you know, she jumped off the porch. She took this leap of faith. She leaped without looking, without seeing what she was really dealing with, because she wanted to manifest this Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment. She wanted to do whatever it took to impress him because she loved him. Before I go any further, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that right there, but yeah. So Princess of Wands, Eight of Swords. And see, this is where the Wounded Warrior comes in. Because Princess of Wands is someone who moves fast and impetuous without thinking. And this is how she ended up in this Eight of Swords, which would be binded, locked up, trapped by this decision. Nine of Wands. Wow. This is so messed up. This almost gives me the energy around the young people that were on Give Me, not Give Me a Break. Was it? No, it wasn't Give Me a Break. What's the show with Arnold and Willis? One of y'all, I know y'all gonna put it down in the comments. Different Strokes. There we go. If you know the history of Different Strokes, it seemed like everybody, well, the older children, they all, once they got to a certain age, you know, trouble with substances, back and forth, going to jail. And it's just like this whole child star curse, because there's a weird moment when it comes time for them to cross over into adult life where a lot of them don't do so well because they're so used to being locked in that moment where this is like the most important moment of their life, that they don't know how to maneuver into their adult years because nobody really prepared them for it. So we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Excuse me, Four of Pentacles and the King of Swords. My apologies. You got the King of Cups, High Priestess, Ace of Cups falling right on top of this. And I don't like the way this goes. Because the King of Cups can be secretive. They you know, keep a poker face, so to speak. And then you have that person who keeps this poker face on top of the High Priestess, which means there is a lot of secrets involved in this situation between the two of them. I don't think she really knew this man as well as she thought she did. Four of Pentacles, this is a very stubborn energy. I don't know why they got me channeling a lot of Beyonce right now. Destiny Child, cater to you. Like, she just wanted to cater to him. And I'm hearing like dangerously in love and cater to you. And see, once again, down here, Four of Pentacles. That's, you know, ultimate stability, okay? Possibly up to 4 generations of stability on top of the King of Swords, which means that this is somebody who's very analytical, very calculated. So I don't feel like he completely, you know, it wasn't like he completely lied to her about what he was involved in. But this allegedly feels like somebody who used somebody to re-up, to invest, to flip, you know, catch my drift. You know, this would be like the dude who will wait until you get your taxes and be like, let me hold that. I can flip that and get it right back to you. And you just got to know good luck with that, because you'll be surprised if you get it back type energy. And that's where you got this Three of Swords to the King of Pentacles over here. So King of Pentacles is not only just a established man, but this is like, you know, heartbreak to the person who she thought was going to be a husband figure. On top of the fact that, you know, that I don't know her relationship with her parents, but this feels like daddy's little girl, you know, breaking your father's heart because he told you to leave this toxic situation alone and move forward. And once again, I'm channeling dangerously in love. I don't care what my mama say. I don't care what my daddy say, because I love that man. I really feel like there's nothing that anyone could have told her. She was going to, you know, she was going to be a ride or die. She just didn't realize how this was going to cause her career to expire, her finances, her future. She didn't realize that following him, listening to him was going to flip her whole life upside down. Because I keep getting that she was extremely sheltered. Like, she was never, even being in the industry, she was not exposed to this type of element. You know, for her, this was an adventure. This was different. He was fun. He was exciting. She didn't understand how toxic. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. So, you know, this is This was supposed to be a lick. Like this was the story. They were supposed to hit a lick, but she didn't realize that no matter what, he had hit a lick. Six of Pentacles lets me know that she was the one who, we're going to say allegedly, she was the one who allegedly invested, kicked down up to like, six figures. Because she saw this as the person that she was going to be with. This was, this was, hubby. You got Judgment at the bottom of the deck and the Seven of Cups. So, geez Louise, she's definitely going to go before the judge and, face charges, arraignment, the whole enchilada. Even if they dwindle it down, we're looking at anywhere from, if they were to reduce it, anywhere from 7 months to 7 years at least per charge. But I don't get that it's going to be months. I mean, she's got to turn over some serious state property to keep from catching the type of case that I'm looking at right here. This is horrible. This is a very, very serious case. Six of Cups. Now, I don't know how long she's known this man, how she came across him, but Six of Cups represents a toxic energy from the past. So, it may come out that, she has had dealings with, toxicity and negative energy for a while. That he had been using her to invest for a while, up to maybe 7 months to a year. He possibly had her, and we gotta go with the allegedly, had her investing in him re-up, him trying to re-up. Wheel of Fortune. So this may have happened several times over before they got caught. Babe, let me hold this, that, and the other. Let me do this, this, this. Let me flip this. Once I flip this, we going to get X, Y, and Z. So he could have been doing this like rinse, wash, repeat a couple of times. How in the world did they get caught up in this? Or how did they get caught? Queen of Pentacles under the star. Like I said, you wifey, man, he sold her such a sour bill of goods. This whole we in this together. Like if you remember the movie Hustle and Flow, where DJ was going to jail and he told the white girl that was in his stable at the end, like, we in this together, and she's supposed to hold it down while he do his bid, and she was out handling his work for him. It feels like that type of mindset. If you from the block, you already know what I'm about to say, that get in your head before you get in their bed. So he was all in her head. He had already coached her on what he needed her to do, how the play was going to run. But see, Two of Pentacles means that somebody was juggling something. So was he juggling with another female or another opportunity? Because I need to understand how this hit the fan. Because now you got this leap of faith, the Magician, and it's like you manifested this downfall, but how? Hangman, Six of Wands. So what is this hangman that kept you from moving forward swiftly and professionally? What'd I say? Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. So he telling her everything that she want to hear. You wifey, you know, if I got to get you, you know, you load the clip for me, all that type of stuff. You know, he knew that she was a novice to this type of lifestyle. Got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you got the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, which means it's a wish fulfillment for him to be with the independent woman, but he get around. So, y'all, he done got her in all this drama, all this extra stuff. And he out here, Mr., you know, I only got one night in town, baby. Down if you down, I get around. He out here for the short time, not the long time. He passing around all this disappointment. He got a few people he lying to. Yep. Juggling. Third party energy. Y'all, he may have even gotten somebody else pregnant. Seven of Pentacles. So this is like something that he may allegedly do, get in relationships to use females so that he can, you know, level up with each relationship that he used. He juggling these women, you know, tell her, baby, you my everything, you all I ever wanted. And then he up the street and he tell her the same damn thing. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And that's where all these damn secrets and all this stuff comes from in their relationship. Like, at this point, she was in too deep. Yeah. So there's this Ten of Cups here. Okay. The family she thought she was creating. Mr. You my everything. You know, so now you got the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups here. So she was very deep in her emotions over this man, but it's like her intuition was telling her that this could possibly not work, and she didn't listen. And then boom, here's this Tower. I keep getting the energy of, you know, well, I'm gonna make this relationship work because I don't want to. It's like she didn't want to be wrong. She didn't want people to be able to throw it in her face that this was not going to work, that this was not, you know, the type of relationship that she thought it was. I'm a ride for my man, not knowing that whenever your man got a chance, he was getting in that car that belonged to you and riding over to, you know, Brenda and Linda house. Because this is an opportunity. This is Mr. Hobosexual. This is sad. Yep. Six of Swords, which is, you know, falling under the Six of Pentacles. Damn. So now you got the Four of Swords, the Two of Swords. And that comes right after the Six of Swords, which is like somebody who was going, damn. My spirit guys are channeling, get that head, that bread, and leave. So for him, it was always a lick. It's business, nothing personal. He was going to cut her off eventually anyway, after he got to a certain amount of success, after he got to flipping whatever he needed to flip and he got his money up. He was going to be in the win. She didn't see this coming. Yeah. And here's what a tower is. It's not that she was out here with him, you know, whipping work, putting that wrist work in. This was more so you gave him the money that financed both of y'all downfall, allegedly. She was the financier. Because he didn't have it like that. Knight of Pentacles. His money was slow. She bossed him up and he brought her down. And now, you know, everything has come to a rest. It's like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, the star, which is like her career, the hopes for the future of being a wife. All of this is, boy, hang it up flat screen. Everything she thought was a wish fulfillment went up in smoke. Yep. Six of Wands falling over the Nine of Cups. So you got, hold on, let me move this around so I can see. There we go. You got the Fool, which is the leap of faith, the magician that manifested, because the magician manifests. The Hangman, which was the opposition in the situation. The Six of Wands. So her being able to move forward victoriously, which was the wish fulfillment, end up turning into the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, the Emperor. Yeah. This man had zero good intentions. You got the Emperor, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords. It's like people warned her. They tried to tell her that, you know, he was a thought, he was broke, he was bad for her. She didn't want to listen. You couldn't tell her nothing. Like I said, her first real piece of, you know, live-in man meat. So, goodness. And that decision, him juggling all the stuff that he was doing, brought judgment. And see, you got the King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. This is how she saw him. She saw him as this attractive man, you know, highly sought after. You know, the King of Wands definitely wields that wand. He's good with how he throw that thing. Okay. But this is not somebody who's really good when it comes to, you know, building a foundation and sticking around. He's about that action, but he's not about really staying to build and commit. The Emperor falling under the King of Swords. I really feel like if it wasn't her father, someone like a father figure who tried to warn her about this person. Here it is. Knight of Wands again. Mr. Here for the day, gone tomorrow. Mr. Wake me up before you go. Ten of Cups falls right here on top of this King of Wands. I mean, it's this King of Wands. So she was trying to turn a hoe into a husband. And she even felt like maybe if she could love him through this, they could work out certain things. They could, balance out certain things. It was going to bring them balance through a new beginning. But she didn't realize that when it came down to it, she was just being used. Yeah. See this? Knight of Wands to the Ten of Swords, the independent woman. She was an end to a means for him. Nothing more, nothing less. And now it's like you've ruined your life. You've ruined your career. You've ruined opportunities attached to this man. I'm worried about this Nine of Wands because the Nine of Wands could be he could have even possibly been putting hands on her, allegedly. This was a bum in a thought. And her having limited experience with adult relationships and, growing up in a bubble because she, her whole life, everything was a controlled experience. And he knew she was green. She didn't know any better. She was naive. So he took advantage of her being naive. And she was more than willing to try to please him, to show him that she could be down. And he took advantage. So I'm going to end this here. And all I can do is pray for this sweetheart because she's got some real hard decisions and some real hard pills to swallow due to this situation. And no matter how it ends, life is definitely going to be way harder than it has to be after this. So I thank you all for, tapping in with me and watching this reading. And I'm going to end this here. Spirit guides, ancestors, and angels of the highest heavenly order, please close the portal and take this energy with you. Let it not come back after you close the portal. I thank you. And as for all of you, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.